I'm joined now by Laura Burton with the Kansas Children's Discovery Center and some dino friends here this Friday morning. Laura, thanks for joining us today.
Well, you know, we kind of have a little bit of dinosaur fever at the Discovery Center. We opened a new exhibit experience yesterday with some beautiful dinosaur-themed artwork, and so we're doing a lot of dino fun. And of course, I have to bring a little bit of the mess and the fun here to the studio.
Of course.
Wanted to show one of my favorite dinosaur activities folks can do from home, but it's a little messy. Is that okay? We can get a little messy.
Oh yeah,
I think.
It's Red Friday.
It's Red Friday.
We're going for it.
Absolutely. So we're going to make some oobleck today, right? Because this is my favorite way to make a fossil dig. So you know, at the Discovery Center, we have these cool fossils that are all over the place, and kids can find these and check things out. But you can make something really fun at home that looks a lot like these, right? Pretty dinosaur fossil-y. And you just do it with dried oobleck, but with a little bit of a twist. Now, oobleck is cornstarch and water, and we know that oobleck is non-Newtonian fluid, which is kind of cool and sciencey. But when we do a fossil dig, we make it with coffee instead of water to give it a little bit of that, that just fossil-y look. So I just put in a little bit of coffee, and I like to mix a little bit at a time. I'm going to mix it up. I want to mix it until most of the powder is dissolved. Now again, when we talk about a non-Newtonian fluid, we're talking about something that exhibits properties of both a liquid and a solid. So oobleck is fun and feels really cool because it fills its container. That's what makes it a liquid. But it also acts like a solid when you poke it. So you can kind of touch it, right, when you start to mix it up here, and your finger doesn't go in, but it also gets kind of flowy.
Ooh.
Yeah. A little bit gross, a little bit fun, and really great. So my oobleck and coffee here, it's looking pretty good, getting it mixed. Once I feel like I've got most of that liquid mixed in, I'm also going to put in a couple spoonfuls of coffee grounds. So we're just making the most of that. That's going to give me some of that soil. Looking pretty good.
Oh yeah, we're looking pretty earthy here. I'm loving it.
We're looking very earthy. I noticed that my hands are in this and not yours, but that's okay. Yeah, I'll let it slide. But you know, you got to come to the Discovery Center.
Exactly. Yeah.
But look at how like muddy and kind of gross this is. This is so fun for kids, right? So this by itself is a fun sensory activity, and have kids help you mix this and play with it. But once they play with it for a little bit, the really fun part is you can take your dinosaur toys, throw them in there, leave this to sit overnight, and when it hardens, you end up with something like this that kids can actually excavate. You can hand them some sticks, some hammers, and they can chisel out their little friends. You know how I'm a big fan of putting my children's toys in peril and making the kids rescue them, so they can kind of extract it just like a real paleontologist. And you can put in dinosaur toys, little bones, little gemstones, whatever you've got at home. Really fun excavation activity, and also some sensory fun. Yeah,
really make it a fun dig for them. I love it. I don't think there's a better combo than, you know, a dirt-like substance and dinosaurs for those younger kiddos. Perfect.
Yeah, it's absolutely a blast. Really easy and fun. And actually, once you've kind of excavated your dinosaurs and you feel like you've had fun with your dry tray here, you can just mix it with more water and make it back into oobleck.
There you go.
A reminder for parents at home, when you are done with oobleck, oobleck can be composted, oobleck can go in your trash. Oobleck and drains do not mix well. So if you're a parent that's made that mistake, you only make it once. Remember, it acts like a liquid and a solid, right? So you put pressure on it, it becomes a solid. That really does some rough stuff to drains. So pro tip for parents, if you haven't made it, make sure you're not throwing it down the sink. But oobleck is a really fun thing to make at home, and it's just cornstarch and water or coffee if you want to make it a little muddy.
Yeah, there you go. And I'm loving that, you know, we're talking about dinos and recycling as well. Go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
Perfect there.
Absolutely. It makes total sense. It's great. So this dinosaur experience we opened yesterday, lots of fun. Folks should come see it. Features beautiful full-color murals by local artist Effie Gao that feature dinosaurs during the Cretaceous period in Kansas. So it's a great way to learn and have fun and experience some great art too.
That is so unbelievably cool. Okay, you've got dinos going on, and you've also got a train visitor as well over at the Discovery Center.
Thomas the Train exhibit is still with us, and it will be until May 11th, at which point that one pulls out of the track forever. So that's a temporary exhibit. Dinosaurs is permanent. Temporary Thomas, you got to get in and see him and his friends while he's still here. Kids have been having so much fun in that exhibit. My favorite part of it, and I think most of the visitors too, is it has what I've never seen a bigger train table. It has this giant train table that you can have 20 kids playing at one time, and kids have been having so much fun experiencing that. So that's been great.
It's pretty good. And dinos never going extinct at the Discovery Center.
Never going extinct.
Love it.
They're with us.
Let's go.
That is a permanent experience. It's part of that Building Discovery campaign, you know, where of course we're adding on to the building. That'll be open in the fall or winter, hopefully fall. However, we're doing a lot of changes to the existing building while that's happening. Dinosaurs is the first of those. So even before the new expansion is open, every time people visit, they're going to see something new and fun and exciting. And of course, Thomas until May 11th.
Yeah, that's awesome. Love to see, you know, new things being brought over to the Discovery Center, bringing life to some old friends. Absolutely love it. Laura, thank you again for joining us. Really appreciate you stopping on by with some of your friends here today.
Thank you. It's always a good time.